The Sega Saturn. I finally got one. Before this, I had never even seen one of these consoles. Where I live, nobody had one. But I always wanted one, and even to this day, they are very expensive to get. That was until I finally found one for a reasonable price. This Japanese model is the newest addition to my collection. And I got not one, not two, not three, but 9 different games. And I'm going to check them all out. And let me know if there's one you want me to do a full video on. So before we plug it in, I need a power converter to get the European voltage to the American standard. Why is that necessary for a Japanese console? Well, as it turns out, Japan has, for some part, a similar power grid to America's. So we European folks need one of these to get started. Now that we are up and running, let's quickly check out 9 games I got. You can pick your favorite and let me know in the comments. Maybe I will do a deep dive into the game if there is enough enthusiasm for it. First up, we have Night into Dreams. It's a game from the Sonic team. And I can't pretend to know what's going on here, but after playing it for about 30 minutes, I can see why this game has a certain appeal. It's very original. I have never played something like this before. The music is great and there is this light-hearted tone to it. I can't wait to look deeper into this one. Okay, next we have Godzilla Real-Time Monster Attack Simulation. It looks cool, although I am really struggling to find out what's going on. That's what you get for buying a Japanese console. This one will be a challenge to figure out. But a Godzilla RTS game where you command the defending forces sounds cool. This one will require some research for me to tell you what's happening. Moving on, we have Panzer Dragoon Zwei. This one is a classic, and I am so happy this was in the haul I got. I saw this game in the magazines and always wanted to play it. Now I finally can. Following the story is somewhat difficult as again all the text is in Japanese. But I am sure some digging around the internet will fix that. Next up we have Sega Rally, and it's an arcade racer. I have to say that the cars feel like they have some weight to them, and you have to brake and mind how much gas you are giving at any moment. I was not expecting that, but yeah, it's a racing game with a kick-ass game over screen. And now we have Cyber Troopers Virtual On. Didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know this game before now, but it's a 3D fighter by the looks of it. Pick a fighter and fight in a fully 3D arena. The neat thing is, you can fly around while beating up your opponents. This one is straightforward, true pinball. It's a pinball game with some badass music. The physics are quite good though, the simulation of the pinball feels on point. It's fast and responsive. And you use the bumper buttons to control the bumpers. It has some nice visuals, but that's kinda it. It's a pinball game on the Saturn. VirtuaCop is another classic I never got to play. Until now that is. It's unfortunate that I don't have the gun yet. So for now I have to use the controller to play. But when I get the gun I will return to this game for sure. VirtuaCop 2 is bigger, stronger, better. More of the same, a cool game to have for sure. Virtua Fighter is one of, if not the first 3D fighting game. It's the early 90s in a nutshell. Might be hard to imagine nowadays, but it looked stunning for its time. But oh boy, is it clunky to play. The controls are very slow and the characters can jump like they're on the moon. But it has a charm like no other. And we are going out with a bang. Digital Pinball Last Gladiators. Just look at the opening cinematic of this game, it goes hard. Would you guess, by just looking at this intro, that this is just a pinball game? So okay, the intro rocks, but the gameplay feels a bit less responsive than the other pinball game on the list, but hey, the presentation is 100%. So that's my Sega Saturn haul. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and see you again next time.